Good morning, everybody. I hope that you are doing well today. We are here to talk about making peace with your body. Okay, so that is the jam. That's what's going on this morning. I'm just going to double check that I am right way up, not sideways, that I'm alive in the right place. And yes. Okay, awesome. We're good to go. It's always good to check. You never know. So today we are talking how to make peace with your body. This is something that's near and dear to my heart, right? So if you don't know me, my name is Katie. I'm a holistic health and life coach. And my passion in life is really to empower women to embrace their true selves and take care of themselves and create health and happiness and really everything that they want. And a huge part of this is making peace with your body. Today we are going to go through a few steps. There's a whole lot of questions I'm going to be asking you, so I would highly recommend grab a notebook and a pen so that you can jot some stuff down. This is not an ABC sort of training where you just do two things. There's a lot of questions, okay? A lot of this is self-reflection type stuff, so please take a moment, whether you're live, if you're watching the replay, press pause, go grab yourself a journal, grab yourself a notebook, and then come back and let's get started. So when I say make peace with your body, I'm really curious what comes up for you. When I was coming up with this title, there's so many different ways of saying this. Transform your body image, feel more confident, improve your self-esteem, learn to love yourself. Like, all of these things are interrelated. But at the end of the day, what I want to talk about today is lay down your weapons of bullying and mean words, and be a peacekeeper in your own life. Just be that person who is gentle and kind. And you don't have to just be in love with what you look like. That's not the point. If so, awesome, good for you, but that's not the point. It's not what we're talking about here today. This is all about stopping being negative, stopping tearing yourself down, and beginning to build yourself up and just feel a sense of peace and you're okay. You're okay with you. You're okay with your body. You're okay with yourself. All right, so that's the deal. If you don't know me, I struggled for many years with body image. I was a horrible bully to myself, used to cry myself to sleep every night for years and years, was in a relationship with a now ex-partner, and was just constantly thought that he should leave me and he could do better and he should get somebody who is thinner, and all these things that we are, as women, we are all taught that our worth lies in our bodies, and it's normal for women to tear themselves down. So this is something that I fully have lived in, and I feel like now that I am sort of seeing the light, so to speak, out the other side, it's kind of my mission to help you do the same thing. So I really want to begin this by reframing a little bit. Sometimes we, and this was myself as well, we look at body negativity, having a poor body image, as something that's just kind of annoying, or you should just stop it. And it's really important to recognize that body negativity, this is a habit. This is a habit that we have been training for every single day our entire lives. Every day. From the time that we were old enough to understand what our mother was saying about her body, or our older siblings, or understand what TV was saying, or magazines, or billboards. From the time we were infants, babies, toddlers, young children, we have been told, change your body, you're not good enough. Be skinnier, or if you're too skinny, gain some weight. Be muscular, but not too muscular. Have light skin, but not too light. Get a tan, don't be too dark. We are told all of this. We have been trained to be like this. So we've really gotten in the habit, right? Not necessarily of our own faults, but as adults, it's up to us to say, enough. I don't like this habit. I want to change it. And it takes time to form new habits. Like I said, you've been training for this from the day, basically the day you were born, the day that you started understanding and, being aware of things around you. So it's not going to switch overnight, okay? What we have to do is begin a new type of training from here on forward. I hope that makes sense. And I would really encourage you, when we're starting off, if you're watching this, there's clearly something that you're unhappy about, as in your mindset, right? Maybe you find that you're beating yourself up a lot. Maybe you find that inner critic is always there, like you can't escape her. And I would ask the question, what are you gaining by staying this way? And your initial reaction is probably going to be nothing. Well, I'm not gaining anything by being mean to myself. But if you weren't gaining anything, you would have changed this by now. And that might seem a little bit harsh, but it's true. We, like I said, from the time we're young, we're taught to do this, but we hold on to it for some reason. Whether it is to fit in with our friends, because it's the norm for women to beat themselves up and you want to fit in with other women in your life. Maybe it's to fit in with your family, right? If your mother or your sisters or aunts or cousins or whoever are constantly, basically talking shit about their bodies, for you to just rock up and be like, yeah, I'm good. That means that you stand out. It means that you're different, right? It's somehow threatening how you belong in that space. Maybe it's with colleagues. Maybe, maybe you don't know who you would be if you didn't beat yourself up. Like, what are you gaining? There's some sort of safety, there's some sort of belonging. So really take some time to answer this question, okay? This is a big deal, asking that question. It's a hard truth, and this is a lot of what coaching is. This is a lot of what I do with my one-on-one clients as I'm leading them through the freedom transformation, is we talk about limiting beliefs and where those came from, and then we reprogram those, right? We dig into them and we switch them around so that way you can step into being a new person. But a big tip, this is obviously a training, right? So a tip that you can start today is identifying what are you gaining, and be honest with yourself. And it might take a while to get there, but just start journaling, start reflecting on that one, okay? That's a good question to ask. And then next we really want to ask, what do you want instead? And again, this is what I do with all of my one-on-one clients. We want to set goals. We want to set intentions. We want to know, okay, so you're unhappy with where you are now. You're unhappy with your current relationship with your body. What do you want instead? And really be realistic here. It's not all like rainbows and unicorns and butterflies. It is, it's life. It's a real life. So what does making peace with your body look like to you? And I would encourage you to write some things down. And this might be full sentences. It might just be keywords. It might just be what does that feel like? What do I want to feel every day? Peaceful, balanced, harmony, proud, confident, right? So it might just be words. It might be more, but take some time and really dig into that. What does making peace with your body look like? Because before we do anything, you need to know what you want, okay? Before we actually do any of the change work, you need to know what you want. And then we want to ask, why is this important? Why do you want to feel peaceful? Why do you want to feel confident? Why do you want this? What's the motivation for changing these habits? What's the motivation for changing your behavior? And this is a big one, okay? So again, write this down, grab your journal. Why do you want to change? And take some time and dig into that. I can assure you, it's not just, I'm sick and tired of being this way. That is 100%, I'm sure, part of your reason. But is it to be a better mother? Is it to stop the history of body hatred within your family so that your children can grow up with a different mindset, with a different way of being? Is it so that you can feel better about yourself and maybe step into the career that you've always wanted, meet the love of your life. Like, what is it? Why is it important? What is going to change? How will this impact your social life, your finances, your family life? Like, what will change when you step into this version of confident, happy, peaceful within your body, right? And then what we need to do is start taking small actions. And I think this is where most people expect this to start, but if you don't do some of the reflection ahead of time, you can do all the action steps in the world, but it's not actually going to necessarily create the change. So once you know what you don't want, once you know what you do want, and you know why you want it, and then we're going to start taking action. And one of those actions is quite simply be mindful, be aware, start noticing. And a suggestion for this could be set an alarm on your phone a couple of times a day and just check in. Like, how am I being? What am I saying? What am I feeling? Is it time for me to stop this and start another path? But you really need to have some tough love and call yourself out when you're being a bully. Call yourself out when you are in that really shitty, negative headspace. And what I mean by call yourself out is like, don't get judgmental. Don't be, oh, you're doing it again. But just stop. Just stop. And get curious about where that came from and where it started. And then let it pass. Okay? A huge part of this, I mean, think about if you had been bullying somebody else in your life for the last 20, 30, 40 years. First of all, they'd probably have a lot of resentment. But what would the very first thing be if you wanted to start repairing that relationship? You would apologize. You would go to them and say, I'm so sorry. I've been such a jerk. You know, I was doing the best I could and I didn't know, and then it just got into a habit and I blah, 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 blah. Apologize. Whatever that sounds like to you, I want you to apologize to yourself. I want you to write yourself a letter. This is something that I have many of my clients do, many of my one-on-one coaching clients do, and it can honestly be totally transformational. Writing yourself a letter. And whether this is a few lines, whether it's a few pages, doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is pausing, reflecting, and apologizing to yourself, apologizing to this body that you live in. Because our bodies, I am a firm believer, I am not my body. I live in my body, right? You can cut off my arms, I'm still me. You can cut off my legs, I'm still me. You can shave my head, I'm still me. I am not made up of parts of my body. I exist within my body. This body does everything it can every moment of every day to keep me alive. It is constantly regenerating. My immune system is fighting off bugs and germs and bacteria and viruses. My digestive system is absorbing nutrients, and my bones are, producing bone marrow, and like there's so much happening on an anatomical, physiological level. And it's all to keep you alive. So begin apologizing to your body for being so hard on it. And then within that apology letter, say thank you. Thank you for keeping my heart beating. Thank you for giving me healthy lungs. Thank you for giving me skin that keeps all of my organs in place. Thank you for giving me muscles. Thank you for giving me a brain that can think. Thank you. So apologize and then say thank you. And this is, if you only do one thing from this entire training, this is it. This is the thing, okay? Write this letter. Take some time, take some private time. If you have kids, wait till they're in bed or they're at school or something. Lock yourself in a room so nobody's gonna bug you. And take some time. Say, I'm sorry. Say thank you. See what comes up, okay? And then what we want to do is start bringing in other actions that are going to help you. And I can tell you there is no one size fits all, okay? There are dozens of things that you could do to begin transforming your relationship with your body. And some people swear by, you have to do this one thing and you have to do this one thing. And other than apologizing and saying thank you, I think that the rest is totally unique to you. So I want to give you a few ideas of things that you can begin bringing into your life, okay? And these are things like positive affirmations. We've all heard of affirmations, but this is something like, you know, I am blessed to live in this body. Something as simple as that. And an affirmation is something, you know, you write it down, you put it somewhere you can see it, and you say it out loud to yourself a couple of times each day. Journaling. Grab your journal, answer some questions, start reflecting. You know, it might start with writing that letter, and then it might go into who knows what. Where did this come from? Maybe you need to apologize to somebody else in your life, maybe your children, maybe your friends, maybe you need to forgive somebody else in your life, your mother, grandmother, your siblings who may have taught you this as a young child, right? So journaling can be incredibly powerful. Meditation is another one. Meditation is something that I absolutely love, but it is wonderful because it teaches you to be here in the present moment right now, and can really connect you to your body. And again, reinforces you are not your body, just like you are not your thoughts. But you exist in this place, in this, as this being. And it allows you to just come and slow your thoughts and quiet your mind. And so much often of the challenge with making peace with your body is that your mind's on overdrive, right? You're just thinking about a million things. So meditation can be a really powerful tool to slow down the thoughts and be present. Another one, and this is sort of a big one because it's so multifaceted, is treat your body well. How do you treat people and things who you love? How do you treat people and things who you have a peaceful, harmonious relationship with? You don't talk shit about them. You don't beat them up. You don't insult them. What do? You speak nicely to them, first of all. But also, you know, when we're talking about your body, we want to be kind to it. And when we're talking be kind to your body on a physical level, that looks like feed your body well, good nutrition, right? Reduce processed foods. Reduce the number of drive-thrus you go through, and incorporate more fruits and vegetables and just whole, real foods. Hydrating properly. You know, having at least your 6 to 8 cups of water per day, like as a minimum. Things like reducing your toxic load. This is a massive, I mean, each one of these things is a big side topic, but reducing your toxins is huge. We are all exposed to so many, like hundreds of toxins every single day. So begin reducing that. Again, when you are respecting and having a peaceful relationship, you are not throwing toxins, you are being kind. And kindness looks like reducing your toxic load. Another one, and part of all of this, is incorporate essential oils. So essential oils are something that I love. I talk about them all the time. But essential oils are incredibly powerful to impact your mood and your emotions. Very specifically, without getting too sciencey, when you pick up a bottle, when you have a bottle and you open it up and you inhale, that smell, the chemicals from that, the natural sort of aromats that exist in these oils go in, they get into your brain, and within seconds, like literally seconds, they go into the limbic part of your brain, the limbic system, which impacts your mood, your emotions, your memory. So within seconds, it gives you a chance to pause and switch, pause and switch, pause and switch. And I would really encourage you, find a scent that you identify with happiness, peace, kindness. One that I love is grapefruit. That's the one that I have right here. Grapefruit is the oil of honoring the body. Okay, so this is why I love it, especially when we are talking about making peace with the body. Just without getting into it, I'm reading from the Emotions and Essential Oils book. Without getting too much into it, I'll just read you a little bit. Grapefruit teaches true respect and appreciations for one's physical body. It supports individuals who struggle to honor their body and are caught in patterns of mistreatment. Yeah, that includes being a bully. So when you're starting to switch it up, incorporate these oils. And this could be something as, like right now I have a drop of grapefruit in my water. So I'm actually enjoying it. I also happen to have it going in my diffuser at the moment. You could also use it on jewelry, like jewelry that has like the diffuser beads, something like that. And if grapefruit's not your thing, that's totally cool. I know people who use jasmine. Jasmine's a beautiful floral feminine scent. Magnolia, lavender, patchouli, whatever your thing is. But I would really encourage you to find a smell that you can incorporate this with, because that's such an easy thing to use every single day that can trigger you. So when you find that because you're human, right? So it's normal that you are going to revert back into old habits, right? Where we've been trained for this our whole lives. We're starting something new. It takes time to create new habits. So when you find yourself reverting back to your old ways, something like an oil, which is a really strong, potent, natural smell, you can start programming this into your brain as part of your new habit. And when you smell this, that's a positive response. It's I'm honoring my body. I'm at peace with my body. So when you find yourself getting into those old habits, pull this out. Bring it with you, right? Toss it in your purse or whatever. Bring it out. Inhale it. Surround yourself with that smell, and it can help move you back into that new positive headspace to move forward. And then once we have all of these things in place, once you've answered these questions, you've written that one letter, possibly more, you've done journaling, you've done all of that, repeat. Repeat with patience, repeat with love. Making peace with your body. This is not a destination. This is not something that you can check off a to-do list. Yep, I've done it. Now I never have to think about that again and I'll always be perfect. This is a new way of being. And just like you've been training to be negative about your body your whole life, because social media and regular media and family and friends, and they've all been reinforcing it, well, now you get to do the same thing for yourself moving forward. You didn't learn to hate your body with one conversation. You're not going to learn to appreciate and be at peace with your body in one conversation. But what you can do is begin reflecting, setting goals, apologize, and then every single day take steps to move ahead. And I want to invite you, if this all sounds good but you feel like you want more, if you feel like you want this one-on-one, if you feel like you want that deep behavior change, if you want to reprogram your thoughts, if you want to really truly overhaul your beliefs about your body, if you want to really be at peace with yourself and create a life and begin training for a new life where you feel really honestly great in the skin you're in, I want to invite you to a discovery call. This is a free 60-minute phone call for anybody who's really honestly interested in finding out more about one-on-one coaching. I have a handful of spots available right now. They do go quick, okay? I don't have, all the time in the world. There's only certain spots in my calendar. But if this sounds like something that you're interested in, if you want to find out more, if you think that it is your time to make this change and you want more than an online training, I really, really want to invite you to book this call. When I am finished, I will drop a link. You will see it down below. Please click on through, book your call. This is private, one-on-one, on the phone. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. We'll make it happen, okay? So I want to really thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for being here. If you do have questions, if you have comments, please put them in the comments. Let me know. If something is not clear, if I've gone too quick, I want to invite you to go back and rewatch it. Okay, rewatch some of those certain parts. And I really want to encourage you, write down those questions, do the reflections, because that is where the change starts. Like I said, you can eat all the healthy food, say all the positive affirmations in the world. But if you don't actually start from the beginning, you're building on a rocky foundation, and it's not really going to stick, okay? You have to do the groundwork first before anything else is going to stick. And the groundwork is that reflection. It's the inside stuff. So we want to do the inside stuff. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, like I said, drop them down below. Reach out to me. I love, love, love receiving messages from people. Thank you. I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.